This case is about more than just a landlord asking a tenant to leave. What we're about to witness is a legal showdown involving alleged violent behavior, police reports, unpaid fines, probation violations, and a mobile home tenant who refuses to back down. The property owner says Travis Miller has caused repeated disturbances, threatened staff, and brought law enforcement to the park multiple times. On the other hand, Miller claims he's done nothing wrong and insists the real problem is the people accusing him. But here's the twist. The judge isn't just looking at the eviction paperwork. He's reviewing Miller's criminal history, including domestic violence charges, probation status, and unpaid court obligations. And when a tenant's legal troubles start affecting the safety of an entire community, eviction becomes more than just a housing issue. It becomes a public safety concern. The question is, does the park have enough evidence to force him out? Or is this a case of neighbors and management trying to push someone out unfairly? Let's break it all down.
And if I'm getting evicted, I want my money back.
Why? You're still there. You're paying for rent for time that you're actually there, not future rent. Anyway, we'll address this further next month.
What do you mean why? Because if I have to move, where I need that money. That's why.
Yes. Okay. So our next matter, our 130 matter, is Golden Pond Estates versus Travis Miller and any other occupants, which include Randy Bailey. Mr. Steve Cromendike is here for the plaintiff. I had a little trouble interpreting the pleadings, but Mr. Miller, they want you to move and terminate your tenancy. That would give you 10 days to move out, 90 days to move or sell your mobile home. They allege some violations, but I can't yet tell what they are because the pleadings weren't very clear. Mr. Cromendike, you wish to speak to that?
Yes, we're waiting on getting some police reports pursuant to a FOIA request and are still waiting on those, and we've been waiting for quite some time. So I don't have those now. It is my understanding that the police have been at the park related to Travis's behavior a number of times recently. In addition to that, I've got a couple of notes here, and Mr. Dave Elliott is present regarding some altercations with Travis and Dave, who was doing some maintenance at the park, threatening, Travis was threatening Dave. I've also got a couple of voicemails to another park manager that were fairly threatening, and some complaints from neighbors as well.
This is where things start to get serious. The judge isn't just listening to rumors. He's reviewing documented criminal cases. We're talking about a second offense domestic violence charge, multiple 911 calls, a disturbing the peace conviction, and a more recent case involving resisting law enforcement and another domestic violence allegation. On top of that, Miller is currently on probation and hasn't been paying his fines. Legally, that matters. When someone is on probation, they are under strict court supervision. Failure to follow court-ordered requirements, like paying fines or attending anger management, can result in more penalties or even jail time. And if these incidents happened inside the mobile home park, the property owner has a stronger legal argument to remove him for violating park rules and endangering others. So this isn't just about unpaid rent or minor disputes. This is about whether a tenant's behavior is disruptive enough to justify eviction. What do you think? Is this about safety, or is Miller being targeted?
Well, Mr. Miller, that doesn't sound very good. What's your response?
Threatening me, you mean?
Are you Travis Miller?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. Well, they want you to move out. What do you think of that?
I'm not moving out nothing. They don't have no reason to kick me out. I didn't do nothing wrong.
But I can't wash it full now. Yes.
Dave is the problem.
Times more cleaning power, plus it contains plenty of.
You are, bud.
I have been in contact with Meg as well. She just isn't present today.
We have an attorney.
He is on a bench trial right now, so she's not present today.
I spoke to Meg last
All right.
week.
Well, here's what I can tell you from my files, Mr. Cromendike. Mr. Miller was charged with domestic violence second offense in 2 file 911 SM, pled to disturbing the peace in front of Judge Pettis. Excuse me. And he hasn't paid the fine. Then in the most recent case, 251627, charged with resisting and obstructing a police officer and domestic violence from August of 25. He's on probation from Judge Pattison here at the court. That is file 251627. He isn't making his payments in that either.
His probation officer told him to pay for his anger management class and everything before he started his paying on his fines.
All right, that probably makes sense. Let me get those numbers again. 251627FY. And these are just the ones from 25. 25911SM.
What was that second one? 25911.
SM. That was a disturbing the peace. I believe that was at the park.
Okay.
It was between me and Travis.
Yes. And I believe the other one was also at the park.
Yes, between me and Travis
All right.
because my nosy neighbor.
Well, apparently they don't want you to be there anymore. They'd like you to move your trailer and go away. The law says you're entitled to have a second hearing in this matter. And you allege that you've contacted Megan Bauer, which means we're probably going to have a hearing, but let's pick a date, Mr. Kromendijk. Next Monday seems to be good. We're through the Thanksgiving holiday. And
Next
so
Monday, the 8th.
Yes.
It would need to be in the afternoon for me.
2 o'clock. Does that work for you?
That will work.
Continue to December 8th. 2025 at 1 o'clock, at 2 o'clock. May
And I will
ultimately get a hearing.
In between now and then, I will send in some of the voicemails I have and other documentation.
All right. All right, Mr. Millerans and Miss Bailey, let me repeat. They want you to move. They want you to take your trailer out of their park and leave. And if they got what they asked for, next week I would give you 10 days from December 11th to move the trailer and 90 days, or 10 days to get out, 90 days to move or sell the mobile home. We may need to actually have a hearing on this before we get to that point. I'll pull the police reports from those other 2 cases that I quoted and see if they happened at the park. At any rate, you stay in contact with legal aid. If they are going to represent you, they'll file an appearance. But we will be back here next Monday by Zoom at 2 o'clock.
Now we've reached the emotional core of this case. Miller isn't just worried about moving. He's worried about losing everything. His trailer is old. He's lived there for 11 years. And he just paid nearly $800 in rent. From his perspective, being forced out feels unfair, expensive, and sudden. But here's the legal reality. Once an eviction process begins, landlords typically stop accepting rent. That's because accepting payment can weaken their case. The judge even points this out, saying rent shouldn't be taken after a termination motion is filed. Miller believes paying rent proves he deserves to stay. The court sees it as a technical issue that still needs to be reviewed. This is the clash between emotion and procedure, and courts always follow procedure. So who's right here? The tenant who feels wronged, or the landlord trying to protect the community?
Your Honor.
Yes.
I think Meg said she'll be gone on the 8th.
Well, if she's going to file an appearance, she knows what she needs to do.
Oh, okay.
If you are able to...
Go ahead.
If you're able to get copies of those police reports, is there any way that I could get a copy of them as well?
Yes, if they did happen at the park, I will email them to you.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Well, what
All right, thank you.
what are these?
I'll
What
see
are
you,
these police
both
reports
next week.
about?
What?
What are these police reports about?
I don't know yet. One was the DV between you and Randy at the park.
That has
Back in
nothing to
August.
do with nothing.
Yeah, the allegations on that paper
That was
involve
against
him
Dave.
and Dave.
But Dave don't like me. That's the only reason why they're trying to get me out of here.
Well, all right, that's one reason, I guess.
Yeah, well,
Um,
they're gonna have fun, because I ain't going nowhere.
Okay, well,
My trailer's too old to be moved. No trailer out
yes,
here
they
can be
generally
moved.
are. You'd have 10 days to move it
I've
or so.
been here for
30
11
days.
years,
All right, well,
and I
this will be
also paid
fun.
my rent today.
Say that again?
They're
I-
taking my rent money?
I paid my rent today.
Well, they're not supposed to take your rent once they file a motion to terminate
Well,
your
I've been
tenancy.
paying my rent every month faithfully. I
That
paid
could be an issue, Mr. Crumbendike.
$474 last night.
All right, we'll address that.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at the ledger. It's an online payment system, Your Honor, so I'll have to see.
And if I'm getting evicted, I want my money back.
Why? You're still there. You're paying for rent for time that you're actually there, not future rent. Anyway, we'll address this further
Okay.
next Monday.
What do you mean why? Because if I have to move, where I need that money, that's why.
Yes. Okay.
Like,
But you're
I'm not
living
trying
there.
to be.
You've just paid December's rent. Well, we'll address it next week. It'll give me something to look forward to. Thank you.
It's almost $800.
Thank
I need that.
Okay.
At the end of the day, this case highlights the difficult balance courts must strike between housing stability and public safety. Travis Miller isn't being removed just because of paperwork. He's facing eviction because of a history that includes police involvement, violent charges, probation violations, and unresolved legal obligations. The park argues his behavior has crossed a line. Miller insists he's being targeted unfairly. The judge hasn't made a final decision yet, but the message is clear. If the allegations are supported by police reports and documentation, eviction is a real possibility. This isn't about punishment. It's about protecting the broader community. Now we want to hear from you. Should Miller be allowed to stay? Or does his record justify removal from the park? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.